to Aquanita 24/7, a magazine-style show bringing you all the latest news from around the stables and on the track. I'm Jamie Rogers. Today we'll be introducing you to another of Aquanita's key team members who works tirelessly with the horses behind the scenes, Karen Usher. We will of course catch up with each of the 4 Aquanita trainers when they phone in to report on their latest stable performances and give us an insight into their schedule over the next couple of weeks. And our regular Just Horsing Around segment will take you to the magnificent Huntingdale Golf Course, which last week hosted the annual Aquanita Golf Day. But before we do, there's some exciting breaking news. On Sunday, Robert Smurden brought up his 1500th winner under the Aquanita banner, with Ronsard winning the 1600 metres at Swan Hill. Robert's extraordinary career started in Ballarat and his training statistics are exceptional, winning over $58 million in prize money post-2000, training 10 Group 1 winners, plus another 105 in other group and listed races, and has the rare distinction of winning a Group 1 jumps race in the United States with Zabenz in 2002. Robert has firmly established himself as one of the best trainers in the nation and is firmly entrenched in the top 5 of the Victorian Trainers Premiership each season. And Aquanita celebrates another milestone with young gun trainer Simon Miller. In what has proven to be an inspired partnership, Aquanita's Perth-based trainer Simon won his 300th race when Westeros won at York recently. Since commencing as a trainer in mid-2008, Simon has delivered a winning strike rate of 21% and backed that up with a further 25% of runners in the minor placings. And to that stakes of over $10 million, and it's easy to see why he's established himself as one of the leading trainers in the West. I know everyone will join me in sending out our heartiest congratulations to Robert and Simon on 2 remarkable achievements. In further news from the track, Robert also had a very impressive first start win by Very Choosy at Cranbourne last Friday evening. This 3-year-old Schwazia filly overcame an awkward barrier and showed her natural speed to win by 3 3/4 lengths, and Robert reports she's come through the race very well. All eyes will be on this Matcham genetics sourced filly over the coming months. A very cunning plan brilliantly devised by John Sadler and executed to perfection by Jessica Payne saw Marley Magic take an unconventional route to victory at Moonee Valley on Saturday. John walked the track earlier in the day and decided that there needed to be an exact place to be off the fence. So with pinpoint precision, Jessica and Marley Magic delivered in fine fashion, leading all the way to win the 1500 metre eye-print handicap for mares, smashing the class record and only a fraction of a second outside the Moonee Valley course record. Well, direct from the celebrations of his 300th win, Simon Miller now joins us on the phone from Perth. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Jamie. Pretty cruisy week for us. We only had 3 runners, 2 seconds and a third, so no winners, but they all ran really good. I thought Coletta was unlucky the other day in a midweek where she ran second, just needs a little further. And there was a feature 2-year-old race on Saturday worth $100,000, and I had 2 in that race, and they ran second and third. Nova Limmy, she ran third, hit the line really good, looking for further, and Swedish Memories was having his first start and ran second. He was a bit new to it all, but a lot of upside with both horses, so I was very pleased. We had limited runners, but they all ran well. Prior to that was Super Saturday. Tales of Summer, he won well for us, and I thought the other run of the day was Ford's Bet in the stakes race. She ran third, so she's a I'm Invincible filly stakes winner at 2, multiple stakes placed at 3, near stakes placed at 4, so she's been a marvellous addition to the stable and showing no signs of wanting to become a broodmare at the moment. Moving forward, Saturday's pretty strong. We've got a lot of horses in that we haven't got much on this week, but we'll get through tomorrow's gallops and hopefully draw some barriers and have a bit of luck. But you'd have to say probably the best runners on the weekend would be Tales of Summer, who was the last start winner. Ford's Bet's going around again, and probably in the Serenus list here we might have a good chance in there with Remember Berlin and Patchouli Duel. They can bounce back. So That's our team, and that's us for the moment. We're pretty quiet with runners. We've just been educating a lot of babies and having a lot of trial and then having to go out. But what we've seen so far, we're in a good position.
Thanks, Simon, so much for your time, and good luck over the coming weeks. Well, back to Caulfield, and for a heads up on which ones to watch in the coming week or so from the John Sadler stable, John now joins me on the phone. Welcome, John.
Hi there, Jamie. This is John Sadler, just with a report on how my horses have gone in the last week and also the future. Last Saturday, we were fortunate enough with Marley Magic to win at Moonee Valley. It was a terrific ride and terrific for all the owners that are involved with Marley. She's proving to be a really good money spinner, and I'm sure she hasn't finished earning. She's pulled up extremely well, but won't run again until next Saturday fortnight, where she'll go to Flemington, come back 100 metres in trip, and she's run very well there before. So we'll look forward to the 19th with Marley Magic. Our other runner for the day was Lonrock Star in the 1,000-metre sprint. He drew one in a field that probably didn't go as quick as what we would have liked for him. Fab Favola was to run in the race. If he had it, I think we might have seen a different result. However, they didn't go hard, and he got boxed up along the fence where it wasn't the place to be, and then got held up in the straight and wasn't fully tested. I believe he's come back in great order, this horse. Very happy with him and extremely happy the way he's come through. His first up assignment, albeit not having any luck. Now he will go to Flemington on the 19th and run in a 1,000-metre benchmark 90, and then his main target after that is the Standish Handicap on New Year's Day. But very pleased with Lonrock Star. As far as this week is concerned with runners, we've got tomorrow we've got a couple of runners. Testability kicks off her preparation in the 1,000-metre fillies and mares, benchmark 70, where she should be competitive. Probably the 1,000 metres may be a little short for her, but I'm sure she'll be doing her best work at the finish, and she's in really great order and hopefully ready to have a good campaign. The other runner is a horse making his debut. His name is Jolie's Cafe, and he kicks off in a 1,300-metre maiden. He's drawn 11 of 11, but he'll possibly, from that alley, he'll go forward. He's shown in his trials that he likes to go forward, so we're hoping for a good run from him. So that's it from my stable for the week. We'll be in touch a little later on next week.
Thanks again, John. Well, it's exciting times for everyone in Robert Smurden's stable, and he now joins us on the phone to give a rundown on his stable's chances over the coming week. Hi, Robert.
Hi, Jamie. Well, the Spring Carnival for 2015 is officially over. Our last day at Sandown was quite good, where we reaped a listed win with Indara in the 1,400 3-year-old fillies race. We felt we were a little bit unlucky with Motown Lil in the 2-year-old race, but we're confident off a break she'll come back in the autumn and put that right. Those horses have all gone for a break. All our spring horses have gone for a break, but they're not in the paddock too long before they've got to start training up for the autumn. They'll all have 5 or 6 weeks rest, and we'll see the likes of Politeness, Lamosty, Alpha Miss, My Pipette, and others they'll start racing late January into February, and then from Melbourne on to Sydney and Adelaide. But they're a little bit like league footballers. They don't get too long off before they start their pre-season again. Ballarat, we drew a blank at the Ballarat Cup meeting. We had Ungrateful Alan start favourite in the Cup, and we had high expectations, but she was a bit plain on the day, probably showing the effects of a long and tough campaign, so she's gone for a break, and we'll look forward to her coming back in the autumn and contesting some of the better mares races. The stable's been enjoying quite a good run of recent times. I think last week we had 5 winners, all in the provincial area, but winners nonetheless, and hopefully horses that can go to a higher level. This week we've got Sandown Wednesday, Moonee Valley Friday night, Sandown again Saturday. We've got probably our best chance on Friday night would be a horse called Barcode at Moonee Valley. Ran very well there 2 weeks ago. Reldas, who was won at Moonee Valley over the spring and was second on the final day, has had a freshen up and drops back to 1,000 metres on Saturday, but he's headed towards a Christmas handicap on Boxing Day. And we've got a really nice horse having his first start in Adelaide on Saturday, a horse called Binoculars. Very well named horse by Red Arrow out of Wide Vision. So plenty to look forward to. The carnival's over, but racing continues on 52 weeks of the year, and we've got a lot of nice horses coming into their own, horses that wouldn't have been competitive in the spring but will be very competitive through the Christmas New Year period. So looking forward to continuing the stables run in the coming weeks.
Thanks again, Robert, and another busy week ahead. Likewise, congratulations to Stuart Webb, who is very much an integral part of Robert's stable as his assistant trainer. But as we know, he has his own stable of horses, and he is on the phone now to give us a rundown on how they're all travelling. How are you, Stuart?
Hi Jamie, it's been a very quiet fortnight in my stable with minimal runners. Lepo heads the races on Wednesday for a benchmark 64 3-year-old fillies race, coming off a nice first up win at Swan Hill, where she broke her maiden status earlier this month. Seems to be a moderately strong race, however I think she will be run well despite drawing 11 of 13. Otherwise, it's a very quiet time for us. We have a few more horses back up to the trialling stage, so hopefully over the next few weeks we'll have a few more runners. The disappointing runner for me over the last week was Lord Athenaeum in the Kilmore Cup, where he was slow away and just nearly really didn't finish off at all. So hopefully either next Saturday or the Saturday after he can redeem himself, because he was in very good form previous to that. So that's about all for me this time, and look forward to having a chat in a few weeks. Thanks.
As always, Stuart, we really appreciate your time and that of all the other Aquanita trainers. Last Friday, I had the privilege of comparing Aquanita's annual Golf Day. The Golf Day is an immensely popular day on the social calendar for the Aquanita family, and we put together this story for you. Each year, Aquanita Racing hosts one of the most popular social events on the racing calendar, the Aquanita Annual Golf Day, and this year I'm thrilled to be a part of this year's event. We're here at the legendary Huntingdale Golf Club, arguably one of Australia's most recognised golf courses and proudly labelled the home of the Australian Masters. And looking around the course and the magnificent clubhouse facilities, it's hard not to see why. Today, Aquanita, their trainers, owners, sponsors and guests have taken the spotlight with just 100 players, teeing off to enjoy a wonderful morning of golf, followed by a fun-filled afternoon of lunch, laughter and presentations. As has always been the case, Aquanita conduct this event for a very special charity, and this year's cause is one that is very close to home, the PanCare Foundation, a wonderful body providing patient support and world-leading research in the fight against pancreatic cancers. One of Aquanita's key owners and supporters, Phil Sly, although sadly battling his own issues, is an enormous contributor to PanCare. Aquanita were thrilled to present PanCare's Chief Executive Officer, Angela Dixon, with a cheque for over $7,100 from the day. So the curtain falls on another successful Aquanita production as the guests were entertained by renowned comedian Greg Champion, and we heard all the tall stories from the course. So to those of you unable to make it this year, brush up on your swing and come join us for all the activities in 2016. One of the key team members of Robert's stable is Karen Usher, an extraordinary lady with a huge responsibility as Robert's foreperson. Karen took some time out of her busy schedule recently to spend some time with me and the not-so-camera-shy stable pony. who, as you'll see, was vying for most of the attention. For this week's Team in Profile at Aquanita Racing, I am delighted to introduce to you all Karen Usher, who is the foreperson for Robert Smurden. Karen, welcome and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi Jamie.
Now Karen, how did you get involved with horses when you were younger?
Well, initially my father, he owned horses, and in school holidays I'd go down and work in a stable, and yeah, that's pretty much where it started.
And was it always something that you wanted to work in, racing?
Not initially, no. I worked in an office, number crunching for a few years, and still rode track work in the mornings.
Now your career has taken you all over the globe. Do you have any experiences that you can share with us, any stories?
Japan was pretty interesting. Yep. A completely different culture, very much by the book and the structured work ethic.
And what about the racing? How is that different in Japan versus here?
Well, we were pre-training and breaking, so not really directly involved with the racing side of it. But it seemed to be, now that I've been to England, more inclined to train them that way than the style here.
So speaking of England, you took Shamal Wynn over to the UK. Do you want to talk to us about what's required to get a horse ready to transfer overseas?
Just to have them really peak fitness and ready to board that plane, that, you know, there's the chance that they may not cope well and lose weight on the way. But pretty much try and keep everything as you would at home. Don't go changing too much.
Now, do you have a career highlight out of everything that you've been involved in? Is there a standout that really sticks with you?
Probably England would be there. Travelling with Shamal Wynn over there, that would probably be it, I'd say. I don't know that we can get much better than that.
Yes, no, that's true. That's got to top it all. Well, thank you so much, Karen, for your time today.
Thank you.
And now for the ones to watch over the coming week or so from the Aquanita stable, all powered by High Gain, feeding champion since 1983. Well, that's all for this edition of Aquanita Racing 24/7. We certainly hope you've enjoyed it. Please visit us at our website www.aquanita.com.au for all the latest news and results, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks for the Christmas edition of Aquanita 24/7. I'll see you then.